Almost 3 months camping out in this camper, full time. I'm done. Well, here I am in a vehicle again, and a few of you are probably wondering where I've been. Not that I have like a following or anything, but I got friends. So, I don't know if you can see in the background, it's a campground. And I've been living in a camper for a 28-foot camper for about a month. What I planned on doing was coming down here, as you know, getting a boat, moving onto the boat, living on the boat, and then I'd probably get a small job walking dogs, mixing paint at Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. And that was the plan, because I didn't think I would be able to survive after I bought the boat, and well, I wouldn't have any money left because everything that I drew out was going to be put into the boat, and I was going to live on it and then just go back to work doing piddly jobs. But things change, and I haven't given up on the boat living thing. But what I am doing is I got a little greedy. I've been making good money in the stock market, really good. And if you look at the date that this comes out, you'll probably think, wow, yeah, the stock market's not doing really good right now. You're right, it sucks. You get greedy. I started out with a certain amount of money, and then, you're up, one day you're up 20 grand, the next you're down 5, and then the day after that you're up 10 grand, and the next day you're up another 20 grand, and next thing you know, you get the fever. It's like gold fever. And then one day you double your money. Months later, 6 months later, you've tripled your money. Next thing you know, you're gonna like, I'm gonna be a millionaire. It's gonna happen. I mean, you get like that. As of right now, I still have more money than I put in it. And what I do is I pay myself. Just like a job, I pay myself. So I pretty much have a salary coming out. So I have proof that, what kind of proof that I have an income. But I'm still doing good. I have way more than what I started out with. And I've gotten fat and lazy, and that's a shame. Maddie's still doing okay. She's 10 years old, had a birthday yesterday. Sad watching her get older, and I'm not ready to put her in the ground yet. She's still my baby, and she's still fairly active. She has health issues, and she can't get out into this heat. She was tearing everything up every time I leave her, because we moved, and she had to get used to a new place. There was anxiety. So, I mean, she would rip through concrete just trying to get out if I'd leave her for any length of time. So, she got used to that, and I was able to leave her. So then I was like, fine, I can go to a gym, I can get out and walk without her, and that worked out good, and that helped. So let's get back to the boat. The problem with the boat is I found boats that'll work. The issue is my wife works. She needs to get to work. She has an important job to do. And there's nowhere to park the car in this area that I can dinghy her to the car for her to get in the car, you know, and in bad weather, she'd have to find somewhere to change her clothes at work or whatever, or she'd be drenched. But I can't find a place that I can park her car, live on the boat, dinghy her to her car, her go to work, and that's an issue, because I don't want to rely on a marina. If it was a marina, I could do it, but a marina is going to cost me as much as rent 15 minutes from the beach, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, there's just no reason to buy a boat and then pay the same amount of money you're paying for a bigger apartment. And then there's a lot of wear and tear on boats and a lot of upkeep and maintenance. But don't worry, I haven't given up on that. Right now, the wife's working. She's a teacher, and she's a nurse. So school's out. So she decided, you know, she's not getting paid anything while she's out of school, while they're on summer break or whatever. So she decided to take on some travel nursing for 8 weeks. So when I found out she's going to do that, I was like, you know, wherever she goes, we're going to be there. She can't be without Maddie. I mean, she could probably be without me. Anyone could be without me, but she can't be without Maddie. I don't want to do that to Maddie, because Maddie would go nuts. So I decided, you know what? I'll just go buy a camper. So I bought nothing fancy. It's a 2022 Grand Design Transcend, rear kitchen. It's a couple's trailer. You know, you're not packing your family in. There's no bunk beds, but it's 28 feet, perfect for us. It's got the dinette. If you know anything about travel trailers, the dinette lowers down into a bed. I just lowered that down, kept it into the bed, and that's Maddie's bed. It's like a Maddie twin bed, and it just stays down all the time. I'm too big to squeeze in a little dinette anyway, and it's got a little couch on the other side, theater seating, which is perfect, right across from the TV. So yeah, it's got a real queen size bed in it, Serta mattress. It's very comfortable, and a lot of times we're on hookups. I don't boondock in it, so I've been bouncing around certain areas where Amy's travel nursing. So now when I travel up north, I've got somewhere to stay in, and I don't have to spend all that money on hotel rooms, which, you know, I could very easily drop $1,000. Well, it's going to cost me more than that a week in hotel rooms, a lot more than that, because I always take Maddie with me, and I got to find somewhere that's pet friendly. And I don't, you know, I've stayed in some rough hotels, but you know, I'm beyond that. So I've got my own place for me and Maddie, or Amy, but she's not going to be able to travel a lot while she's working. She's teaching. So it'll just be me and Maddie when we visit some family. So yeah, I bought the trailer. Now, you know, I had to get on the water. I mean, I live 15 minutes from the ocean, so I'm like, how can I get on the water? Fairly inexpensive. Get some good fishing in, some good adventures. Well, I did some research, and I was like, you know what? I need something that's going to take a little bit of waves. You know, I'm not going to be able to get out in the ocean and do some crazy fishing out in the ocean. But I need something. I need a bait boat. So I looked, and I found a 2000. It was brand new. The guy had it, turned it back in, or traded it back in, because now I know why, probably. But it was a 2021 stock craft. It was a 17.5 foot center console, and I put a bimini on the top of it, which doesn't really do any good, because I mean, the sun is just brutal anyway. You'll just bake. But yeah, I bought the center console. Fun little boat, good size, 2 people and a dog. Put 3 people on it. 4 I wouldn't do. I mean, you just think you don't have the room. But perfect size. Yeah, we got out in it, and we took it to Jekyll Island, and we got out in the St. Simons Sound. This is supposed to be a bay boat, and that's kind of a bay, but all the cruise ships, everything come in right there. And yeah, 3-foot waves. These aren't the waves, these are the rolly washing machine waves. These don't just come in and straight waves. These come in from all angles. And we were taking 3 foot over the bow. Very miserable. And not only once did I do that, in separate occasions, I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do it again because I'm an idiot. And it's just way too dangerous. I mean, if I would have took one broadside, it'd have been over. So yeah, not a good bay boat. Now it does great. A little bit of chop. I mean, it'll take those little 1-footers, and you can fish off of it nice because you've got a platform up in the front. It's still a center console. It's a modified V, so you know you can still take that chop, but it is not an ocean or a bay boat. More of a inshore boat. Still, you can get that salt water. You can get those red drum. You can get those flounder. You can get the you can cast net off of it. You can get those shrimp. You can go crabbing off of it, but you can't get out there and get some decent size. You can't go mahi. Of course, I haven't taken it down to the Keys. I'm sure you could. It'd just be dangerous. But so yeah, I bought a boat, and before I bought the boat and the travel trailer, I had to buy a truck because I didn't have a truck. I just had that. I had a little Lincoln SUV. And yeah, I traded that in on the truck. Now, I don't know. You know, I did all kind. I studied my butt off on the RV. Before I bought the RV, I wanted to make sure the truck could handle it. The truck can pull 10,000 pounds. The trailer's 5,000 pounds. I was well within that 75%. I still understood that gross vehicle wheel rate, or whatever it is, then the hitch weight and all that. I understood that. I am right close to that. And let me tell you, this truck, it's a Nissan Titan. This truck, your butthole puckers. Once you hit 55, you're white knuckling, buttholes puckering. The trailer's not, I don't know anything about, because I never pulled campers, so I don't know anything about them, but it feels like when I'm pulling it, and Amy's been behind me in the car, when I'm pulling the camper, she tells me that the trailer is smooth, doesn't budge. But I'll tell you what, in this truck, it feels like my back wheels are loose. I'm talking like this. So I mean, I don't know if that sounds dangerous to me. It feels dangerous. Now, you know, when I'm going 50 miles an hour and I got people cussing me behind me on a 2-lane, I feel bad, but I ain't risking my life just so you can get to the Winn-Dixie 5 minutes earlier. Sorry. So suck it up. But I don't know, is that normal? But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's normal, I'd feel a little more at ease. But I don't have anything to compare it to, because everything I've ever pulled, you know, I never pulled a balloon behind me. That's exactly what it feels like. So I don't know if it's normal or not. If anybody knows, let me know, because it's weird. The trailer's not moving, but up here, In the cab, it's like, it's crazy. And my tires are 10 pounds, or no, like 8 pounds below max. I didn't want to max them out, so it's not a tire issue. So, and the truck's not squatting. I've got weight distribution bars. So I don't know. Let me know. I need a bigger truck. Can I afford a bigger truck? No, because I have taken a beating, like a whole house worth of money in the stock market the last month. Is it stopping me? No. It worries me a little bit, but you know what? I still got more money than I started with. I'm not mixing paint at Lowe's yet. I'm still paying the bills. So, hey, I'm still rocking it. And hey, I'm gonna get a boat. I will probably never buy a house. If I get anything else, it'll be a bigger travel trailer, fifth wheel, way bigger truck, and a boat that I can live on. So, I mean, that would be perfect, because you've got the best of every world. And let me tell you what, I love being close to the beach, living close to the beach, but being out and being able to travel. And right now we're Florida and Georgia, but being able to go into middle Georgia. Now, I'm not talking Atlanta or anywhere like that, nothing against Atlanta, but I was there in the Olympics back in '96, and that was a bad experience. That's horrible. It's like a cesspool. But it's just too crowded for me. Nothing against anybody. But I like middle Georgia. People are friendly, down to earth, wildlife, hot as heck. Florida, South Florida, middle or North Florida, there's a lot of fishing spots, fishing holes, crappie, bass, some of the best fishing you'll ever have all year round, all year. It don't stop down here. All right, y'all, wrapping it up. Hope you enjoyed it. There was a whole lot more that I've got. I've got a whole year's worth of stuff. Just trying to get it all out there and try and get it in order to where it makes some sense. But next week, I've got a two-parter, and it's one of my favorite places in the entire world, historic Jekyll Island, and the historic part. So I'm going to bring that to you next week, right around the same time, and hope you all enjoy it. See you next week. Later.
Take it real.